Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to make a new video. I haven't posted a video in a while, so I figured I'd do this video today. This is some of my favorite cards that I've amassed over the years of collecting and playing the game. So me and my friends Gage been talking about making this video for a long time, and since we're stuck inside and you know the whole coronavirus thing's going on, I figured might as well go ahead and do it. So all these cards but two are mine. These two right here are my friend Gage's because you know he wanted to do the video with me. He's not able to be here right now, so I wanted to use his, in my opinion, his two rarest cards without a doubt. He doesn't collect as much as me, but he's more into the playing aspect instead of the collecting. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it and start it off with. Don't get me wrong, he has a lot more cards than this, but in my opinion, these are two of my favorite cards that he has. The first one is going to be Dark Paladin from Duelist Pack Yugi. This card is notoriously hard to pull. I was shocked when he did it. He actually pulled this card out of his first box that he ever bought coming back to the game. So I thought it was pretty cool that he pulled this, and it's in mint condition. He pulled this. He's never played with it. It's never been out of the thing until now. Has absolutely no surface scratches, no anything. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite cards that he's got. But like I said, he don't collect that much, and this is without a doubt one of his shining gems in his collection. In my opinion, this is an incredible card. So that is easily one of my favorite cards that he has. And on to the next. This one right here, you're kind of going to be shocked when you see this. This card is, the short print on this card is so incredibly high, it's ridiculous. This you could probably open up a whole case and not even get one copy of this card. Now Gage pulled this from a random blister pack from Walmart and I think it was in Winchester, Virginia. This card was over $100 at one point. It's currently not right now. I'm not sure of the price on a lot of these cards right now. Not exactly. I know the ballpark figure, but just to show you the card, the original print Golden Castle Strongberg Secret Rare from BLRR. That is, he actually pulled this from one random blister. I cannot believe it when he did it. He actually pulled this when this card was well over $100. So that is the other card that he has that is without a doubt incredibly rare, and it is just a gorgeous card. So these two right here, I wanted to include him because we play a lot together, and I want to show off two of his cards that are just really, really, really rare. Getting into mine. Some of them are really rare. Some of them are just my favorite because I've been playing throughout the years and I use them for so long, and I got a lot of memories with these cards. First one is the Vampiric Dragon. This card back in the day was amazing. This is a first edition from DRL. This card is really, really cool. Not sure the price on this, but this card's freaking amazing. It was so good back in the day. Next is, I actually pulled this. My girlfriend got this for me randomly one day. She brought home, I think it was a part of an anniversary gift. I think it was last year. She got this. It was in a mystery box. You know, there's mystery packs from Walmart. It's actually Duelist Pack Yugi Dark Magician Girl. It's not the most expensive card ever, but it's pretty hard to find, and it's in mint condition, and it was pretty cool. She got it for me on my anniversary, so I wanted to include it. Next, we got one of my favorite cards. This is a very competitive card. It's the original Soul Fusion, first edition Chaos Dragon Levineer. I've never actually played with this one because I have more than one copy of this card. But this one I always wanted to keep mint. And just, you got a lot of memories of Chaos Dragon. Everyone uses it in any Dragon Link deck or any Chaos deck or anything like that. This is definitely one of my favorite cards. I actually have multiples of this, but I have this one more that's not first ed, and I got another one that came out of the new pack, Dual Overload. But this one, without a doubt, is my favorite. I do not have the OTS Ultimate Rare, though. But this one is my favorite art. Secret's always my favorite rarity, so. Next, we got next we got one of my favorite archetypes. I actually play this deck competitive now. This card is not really expensive, but I love this card. It's easily one of the best boss monsters in the game for main deck purposes. One of my favorite archetypes. We got Doom King Balderok. This card is incredibly annoying to go against. If you do not have an out to this card and you cannot stop it, you will lose the duel. This card is incredibly overpowered, and if zombies get any more support, like generic support, this card is ridiculous. Even now, it's still very pricey for the card, and it only has one print. So this card, one day, if it doesn't ever get another print, is going to be incredibly expensive. And I got like 7 copies. Next is one. I originally pulled this card when the set first came out. I actually have 3 of these. Yeah, I got 3 of these from the same set. It was supposed to be short printed. I got this at the same location that my friend pulled the Golden Castle. This right here, I actually pulled. My friend Gage pulled one of these, traded it to me. I pulled 2 more of these, like less than a week after. And I got them all from random blisters. And it is Dingirsu from Dane, first edition. My friend Zach actually pulled this on his very first pack that he got when the set, on the initial day of the release at Walmart. He pulled this as well. And so it's pretty cool. My friend Zach got one. I got 3 copies. Gage pulled one, so it's pretty cool. The card's not as pricey as it once was, of course, because it's been reprinted. But I actually don't have the reprint. I only have like 3 copies of the original. But it is definitely one of my favorite cards because Orcus was so dominant in the meta for so long. So I figured I'd include it on the list. It's always been in my front page of my binder. I'll never trade the copy that I pulled away. Definitely one of my favorite cards. It's an extremely strong extra deck monster. It can get around just about anything. So it's a very good card if you're playing rank 8s or anything like that. Next on the list is my favorite card from when I was a kid. I grew up watching the show, like the anime, and I still watch it with my kids. And just when I'm bored, like yesterday, I was with my stepson, and me and him was chilling and just laying down in the bed, and we was watching Yu-Gi-Oh, and we watched this on the screen. This is my favorite card when I was a kid, and it is Relinquished. This is the secret rare from MCI limited edition. I have every print of this card. I got the Unlimited from Pegasus. I got the first edition from Pegasus. I got every rarity of this that's ever been printed. I got everything from Relinquished. This is probably my favorite one because it's actually secret. It's kind of hard to tell just because of the card art, but this is the secret. It's in mint condition. It's a gorgeous card. I've actually never played with this one. But I have used Relinquished decks in the past, but this is definitely my favorite when I was a kid. So I definitely wanted to include this on the list. Next, after I was a kid, this was my favorite when I was a kid. When I started to get back in the game a couple years ago, my first archetype was this card. And when I first got this card, and we was playing as friends, this card would like dominate everybody. As soon as I get it out, I would just win almost every time, and it became one of my favorite archetypes. It still is one of my favorites with zombies. I still play the deck, and it is Legendary Six Samurai Shien. This is from Storm and Ragnarok. I love this card. I have quite a few copies of this. One I don't have the ultimate rare, but I got every other print except the ultimate. Definitely wanted to include this on the list. This is one of my favorite cards of all time. Definitely a good boss monster for 6 Sams. Next on the list, this right here. This card is, I still use this. This is in one of my extra decks right now that I play for zombies. This should be in everybody's extra deck, in my opinion. This is one of the best boss monsters in the game. We got Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. This card is incredibly annoying to deal with. This is the first edition from Dane. It's the only print of this card. I actually had, I got this, and then I got another one that was unlimited. I actually gave my unlimited version to my friend Gage because you know, he doesn't collect like me, and he doesn't have access to a lot of the cards like I do. So, you know, he needed to beef up his deck a lot and, you know, get some W's at locals and stuff. So I gave him this card, and that started to happen. And even now to this day, he still plays this against me, the version I gave him. So, you know, even to this day, even for me, it's hard to get around this card. Once you get this out, you'll probably win. This card is incredibly expensive, and it's very, very strong. So for me, Engage, this is definitely one of my favorite cards. Next on the list, I actually have two I'm going to stick together. These two right here, I got, these are OCG cards. These are two of my favorite versions of these cards from the OCG. The first one is going to be the Boral End Dragon. We have not got this printed in the TCG yet. But it got released in the OCG, and I had to have a copy because I love the Boral monsters, of course. Now, none of the Boral monsters are really included in this list because I just wanted to include this one as, like, you know, a blanket for all of them. I love all the, you know, Borreload, Borreguard, you know, every Boral monster, Borrelsword. I love them all, but this is my favorite art of the Boral monsters and my favorite card. This is the, like I said, the OCG. I'm not sure what set from it is from the OCG, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And this is another OCG card. I have it in the American version as well, like the TCG version, but it's in a deck right now. I just didn't grab it out. But this is my favorite print of the card, and it is the Ultimate Rare Phantasme. I used Phantasme in a few of my decks now. I'm currently using my Phantasmes in Dragon Link. This is definitely one of my favorite cards of all time. It took me forever to finally get a Phantasme. It's incredibly short printed. This one I just had to have when I saw an Ultimate Rare version of Phantasme. Ultimates, I've always been a big fan of Ultimate Rares, and this card is just, oh man, it's absolutely gorgeous. So definitely wanted to put these two on the list as two of my favorites that I own. Next, we got one of my favorite boss monsters from the Synchro era. This is Duelist Genesis Stardust Dragon. Or no, this is not Duelist. Which one's this? CT05. I'm not sure what that is, but I have the Duelist Genesis one. Just meant to grab it. I accidentally grabbed this one. So I'm going to go with this one for now. Stardust Dragon is, you know, just iconic card. It's one of my favorite monsters. I used to watch it when I was younger and always wanted a copy, so when I got back into playing and collecting, I had to have me a copy. Next on the list is a monster that I think is going to be coming back off the ban list soon one day, and it's always been one of my favorite cards, and I think everybody should get it. And if you have not gotten your copy yet, you're going to be missing out. You should get a playset, and that is Maxx C. Maxx C is an incredibly strong hand trap. When this card comes back off the ban list, it's going to power creep every hand trap in the game. There's a hair in there. But I got 3 copies of this card. This is an incredible card. If you're ever going to play competitive and this card comes off the ban list, you do not have it, you're going to lose. So make sure, if you are watching this, you definitely get a copy of Maxx C. Next on the list is going to be another one of the classic favorites of mine. This card right here was one of the reasons for the original ban list. This card used to be incredibly strong. You don't really see it much anymore, but I had to include it. This is Chaos Dragon Envoy of the End. This card is just fucking amazing. I love the art of this card, and it's always going to be one of my favorite monsters and one of my favorite cards. Definitely has a lot of nostalgia with this card. And anyone who's ever played this game, you know, that's a little bit older, definitely remembers this card, so I had to include it on the list. Next is another new card. It's a very expensive card. It's only had one print. I believe it's like around $70 or something like that. This right here is another one of the Boral monsters, but it's the most expensive Boral monster, Borreload Savage. I've actually pulled 2 of these from random blisters from Walmart. I've always had pretty good luck with random blisters. I actually pulled one of these on the sealed only thing that I was doing, and then I pulled another one of these a long time ago. This card is incredibly pricey. It's very expensive. It's very strong. It's very good. It's always going to see play. I don't think it's ever going to get power crept. Definitely one of my favorite cards of all time. I've always, when it first came out, I wanted it for a while, and I finally got it like a month after its release. Definitely one of my favorites. Now I have two of them. Next is going to be another one of my favorite nostalgic cards from when I was a kid. But I got two different prints of them because I wanted to include the different arts because they're just incredible. I got Jinzo from Ferris. What is this? This is the Battle Pack Jinzo, and this is the Anniversary Limited Edition. Definitely had to include these. Jinzo is easily one of my favorite cards, and since it's getting a new archetype, it got announced like a week ago. I had to include it. Definitely when the new archetype gets released, I will be having a Jinzo deck. Jinzo's easily one of my favorite monsters, so I had to include it. Definitely an iconic card, and it's pretty cool. And all the anniversary cards are just really, 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 really good. So I had to include those on my list. Next, we got two more cards. This is just, I mean, I don't have to really give any introduction for this card. This is Dark Magician. This is the Portuguese version, and this is the anniversary version of Dark Magician. Definitely had to get these cards. These cards are absolutely incredible. I've never used these cards in my life. I've always kept them in the binder. They're perfect condition. They're definitely pretty pricey. I will never get rid of these cards. Definitely one of my favorites. I always wanted this artwork, and when I finally got it, I was so happy. I instantly threw it in the binder, never moved it. This one I got not too long ago, about a month ago, and it's easily one of my favorites, but I had to include the Dark Magician on the list. And the last card, which is my favorite card of all time. This card, I actually got, I think it was 3 random blisters from Walmart. And I was opening one. My girlfriend, it was 3. I opened 2, and my girlfriend was sitting next to me. Her name's Hannah. And she, I think I told this story before, but if you haven't ever heard it, I'll tell it again. She goes, "What do you want from the set?" And I said, "I want it Black Luster Soldier." And before I could finish even saying Soldier, she grabbed the card and was like, because she was opening the pack, and she goes, "You mean this one?" And she handed it to me, and it happened to be the Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Could not believe it. I was fucking floored. My jaw hit the floor. I was so fucking happy. I've only ever seen this card in person. I've been at my locals that I go to. I've never seen anyone own this card besides me. This card is incredibly hard to get. It's very expensive. It's only going to keep getting more expensive, in my opinion. It's easily one of the best cards in the game right now. I doubt it ever is going to get power crept from the game. Easily my favorite card I own, just because, you know, like the story behind it is pretty fucking crazy. I couldn't believe it, and I kept opening, you know, Heroes Revenge packs, and I kept opening them and kept opening them and kept opening them. I kept, you know, pulling other cards. I only ever pulled this one time. Very expensive, very strong card, easily my favorite. So I just wanted to make the video, show you some of my favorite cards in my collection. Hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Stay safe, take it easy.